All right, let's talk about Jayden Daniels. I don't think it's, well, this is what I'm saying is a fact. Through 5 games, Jayden Daniels has been the best rookie quarterback in NFL history, and that doesn't mean it's going to continue. Last year, C.J. Stroud had the best season that any rookie quarterback has ever had. To this point, Jayden Daniels has been better. Dan, what are we seeing?
Washington has found their Lamar Jackson. The playmaking with his feet is spectacular, and automatically you're like, this team's going to contend for Super Bowls because of this young player. The timing of their pass game has gone up. Their zone read offense right now is
crazy.
You're getting like 5 yards a clip, and that's a bad play. They run the ball well with Brian Robinson. His connection with those receivers, he's unfazed. Nothing phases this young man.
Greeny, did you just say that he's had the best 5 games of any rookie quarterback?
Yes.
Can we scribble out the rookie?
Yeah, he had
best 5 games of any quarterback.
Right up there.
Be more like, this guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been absolutely spectacular. Cliff Kingsbury changed a little bit. That's why you give guys a second thought, a second chance. And by the way, the addition of Anthony Lynn.
This throw
is ridiculous.
Yeah. It is ridiculous.
We had Zach Ertz on what we call Countdown Cam yesterday, walking into the stadium, his tight end, and he said he reminded him immediately of Andrew Luck, which was Ertz's teammate in college. That it was just so totally in control of everything from the moment he got there. And you would normally think, like, look how big Luck is, look how little Jayden Daniels is. You would not make that comparison. That really struck me, that was the comparison Zach Ertz made. What are we seeing in Jayden Daniels?
I mean, you're talking about he's a culture changer. Think about what he's done for the Washington Commanders. And, it's funny how you mentioned Andrew Luck. Think about with the state of the Indianapolis Colts when Andrew Luck arrived. Like, he totally flipped the whole organization. Well, guess what? Jayden Daniels has totally flipped the Washington Commanders. A lot of it is Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah. Think about this, Rex. How much better their defense is playing. When you but see, this is the thing. When you hit on the quarterback and he's playing the way he's playing, it galvanizes everybody.
Oh, well said.
Okay, let's talk about this because there's 2 things that are true right now. Jayden Daniels is having one of the greatest 5-game stretches in the history of the NFL. That's true. I hope I said there's a few things true, not 2, because I'm going to give you a few things. And he's playing like the greatest rookie quarterback of all time. And the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants are very, 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 very sad right now that they're seeing what's happening with the Washington Commanders. They are not happy that Jayden Daniels is there, right? Because Dak Prescott, right, just beat the Steelers, played absolutely awful. Jalen Hurts, there's questions about, what's going on with Jalen. Is he good? What's wrong with the coaching? What's happening? And the New York Giants are just the New York Giants. And now you have mega superstar Jayden Daniels, who's just balling out. I mean, just absolutely balling out. And I do want to put it in context, right? It's not like the Bears are this unbelievable team. The Browns are this unbelievable team. And I look at that mainly from a defensive perspective because offense, this is still remarkable to do, especially with the rookie quarterback. And I think it was pretty great because they got off to a slow start. Things did not go according to plan right off the bat. And this is what I was kind of really waiting for, to see how resilient they are, how they can bounce back. And this is one of those things, because they were even highlighting at this point in the broadcast, Jim Schwartz, he owns rookie quarterbacks and all of that. And you're like, yeah, that's what great defensive minds are able to do. They're able to disrupt rookie quarterbacks. They understand what makes a rookie and what rookies typically struggle with, and they can attack it, right? We see the Bill Belichick's of the world be able to do that, and obviously the Jim Schwartzes of the world. And yet Jayden Daniels was like, okay, that's fine. Right, and Cliff Kingsbury is like, yeah, I know what you're going to try to do. I'm a great offensive coordinator. You want to play checkers or chess? What are we doing here? Well, like, what are we doing? Like, I'll put up my guy versus your guys any day. Let's go. And it was awesome, right? I mean, like, everything was kind of going wrong for them, right? And then then Jayden Daniels scrambles for a perfect deep throw on a 3rd and 13 for 65 yards, right? I mean, and it was just like it's just wild. I mean, it really, really is. It's cartoonish. And again, I know it wasn't perfect. He had the interception, which again, welcome to football. It's just those are the things that's going to happen. But the Commanders are now leading the league in third down conversions. That's remarkable. That is remarkable. And any of this idea that they're doing like easy stuff, or that it's just like, oh, short passes or this, that's obviously been debunked, right? That's obviously proven wrong. But the fact that you're leading in third down conversions just is kind of proof. Like, even if they were doing nothing but short passes, right, and really easy plays, let's just say that was true, which again, it's obviously not. It's like, okay, well then stop it. Stop the third down conversions then. If it's so easy, then stop it. And also, if it's so easy, then have your team go do it. Have your team go do it, because it's obviously working. All over the NFL should just go do it then. Like, why aren't you able to then do it yourself, right? Like it doesn't actually really make sense. So I always love some of the criticisms that they try to kind of throw at Jayden Daniels and the Commanders. I also love too that they're still relying on the running backs, right? It's not just all about the Jayden Daniels show, which is so important, because that's what these other teams in the past, like the Ravens, have done with their really dynamic quarterbacks, where they just put all of it on the quarterback, and it just becomes too much to bear for any quarterback. And so I love that they're not just relying on Jayden. Obviously, he's still rushing, and obviously he's still using his legs in awesome moments, and he did take a hit that I was like, Jayden, we've talked about this. You're too smart. You're too smart. There's no excuses for you to ever get hit. You're too smart. Don't do it. Slide and get out of bounds. Slide and get out of bounds. But I just love that it's still such a balanced offense. Right? The run game is both downhill and physical, as well as really creative, really dynamic. It's just a thing of beauty from every step of the way, right? Honestly, from every step of the way, from the play calling, from the execution, from all the players involved, Jayden Daniels, it's just a collection of everything. It's just really impressive. And he's such a smart scrambler. That was the other thing that stood out, because I've talked so much about Jayden Daniels, and so it's like, okay, like what else is he showing me that I haven't talked about, right? Because I just keep saying the positives, and you only reach a point where you can only say the same thing so many times. But what he did against the Browns, which I found really, really impressive, was his ability to pick and choose when to scramble, like for positive yards, versus when he's going to try to look down the field. Because he's always looking to throw first, right? He's always looking to throw first. He uses his legs to buy himself some time and make a beautiful throw. But he also doesn't get too committed to that. He doesn't get too committed to one or the other, where it's like, I'm going to scramble, then I'm going to run, or I'm going to kind of scramble, and then I'm going to look down the field, right? He's not like, I'm a throwing quarterback, I don't scramble. And he's not like, oh, my legs are so fast, no one can catch me, I'm just going to book it. It's still so balanced, and he does it based on what the defense is giving him, right? So it's not random. Sometimes things feel random, and to me, this is highlighted very much so, actually more in basketball than anything else. It's virtually impossible to explain why sometimes you put up a shot versus why sometimes you pass. Outside of obviously specific plays that your coaches are running, it's like, I don't know why I decided to shoot this time versus why I decided to pass, right? Why is it that sometimes I'll shoot back-to-back drives and other times I shoot and then I'm just going to pass and I don't take a shot for the next 3 or 4, right? There's no real strong explanation. It's just kind of like a feeling. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, right? And we see this especially with plenty of basketball players, where it's just like, what are you doing? You did not take a shot in the in 3-4 minutes like LeBron. You got to shoot. Steph, you can't disappear, right? Like, we see that all the time. And we see quarterbacks do that, especially these hypermobile quarterbacks. It's just like, sometimes they're running, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're running, sometimes they're not. And it just feels kind of like, I guess I'll do it, right? It's just kind of like, I guess I'll shoot this shot right now. But with Jayden, again, it feels strategic. It almost like you can see him looking out at the defense, processing it, and it's like a cyborg. It's a computer. It's like, run, scramble for, throw, 98% success rate. Like it literally feels like a cyborg. I mean, that should be honestly his nickname, because it just feels like he just processes all of this, and it happens so fast, and then he executes it. And that's what's just so brilliant for me to kind of watch. And for me, I see it on the screen, right? Like I can see it. And it's just so fascinating. It really, really is, because I don't see that with some of these other mobile quarterbacks. I don't necessarily see that with the Lamars, the Russ in the past, the Michael Vicks, obviously in the way past, like Josh Allen. Like, it just seems like when those guys kind of are on the move, or when they scramble and to buy time and then throw, it just feels like, yeah, I guess I'm going to do this, or like, I really want to throw the ball now, or you know what? The throw's not working too well. I'm just going to go. Like, it just feels so much more intentional. And I feel like that's been a common thing that I've said a lot about Jayden Daniels. Everything he does just feels intentional. And I think they also highlighted in the broadcast, right, his ability to become a runner within the pocket, right? Like that one run that he really took off where he just was able to squeeze through. It's just, at this point, it's legendary. It's legendary. And it's funny because Greeny's like, oh, this is the best rookie year ever. Not to say that it's going to continue that way. Like, why do you have to constantly undercut the statement with that? I don't know if it's going to continue. Obviously, no one knows if it's going to continue. We all know, is it going to continue or not? We all know that, right? You could say that about every single player. Like, it's just like a weird thing to constantly undercut him. And it just, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't point this out. I have to feel like if this was Caleb Williams and he got off to this start, they would say he's living up to who we thought he was, right? Like, I feel like that's what they would have said. They would have said, he is a generational talent. He is answering the call. This is what we all expected him to do. This is remarkable, right? I feel like if Caleb Williams got off the start, they wouldn't have said, he has having a historic year. This is unbelievable. I don't know if it's going to continue, but this is what he's doing. I don't think they would have said it like that. But for whatever reason, Jayden Daniels still kind of gets that undercut, and it still always sticks out to me, which is why I pointed out. It just is like, doesn't really make sense to me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jayden Daniels' historic start? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.